Walking down this lonely road, damn near almost lost my soul. But now that I'm in control, what they gon' do? Can no evil hold me down? Let no evil hold me down. When your will is on the ground, what you gon' do? I won't go for anything that isn't in direction of the boom. Don't never let anything come in between, 'cause surely you will lose. Inhale the atmosphere, brushing fear right off the shoulders. Looking around, couldn't find anyone. Feel like the world getting colder. Yeah, I'm motivated, we won't stop until we are over. Yeah, and I won't look back, no. Won't look back, no. 'Cause it's only a matter of time, now we in here, dog. Homie said you need to get involved, ain't no looking back. Ain't no other way around it, dog. You got everything you need on guard. Just honing your faith and your power. Trust we could win, this is ours. No, this is not just a dream. Keeping you up early every hour, but it just doesn't make sense. What good is this life if all we do is pretend? Trying to see the light, but darkness wants to creep in. Way up in my mind, wanna push me off the deep end. Wait, slow down, hone it now. If you believe, then you better breathe it. Walking down this lonely road, damn near almost lost my soul. But now that I'm in control, what they gon' do? Can no evil hold me down? Let no evil hold me down. When your will is on the ground, what you gon' do? I won't go for anything that isn't in direction of the boom. Don't never let anything come in between, 'cause surely you will lose. Introspect, take a sec, watch your step, where you step, when you step, falling free through the sky, feel the breeze, feel the eye, all your fears, let them die, energy never lies. Introspect, take a second, let your world unfold,
falling free through the sky.
I just wanna feel right, I'm so tired of being lost,
All your fears, let them die,
take flight.
energy never lies.
There's nothing we cannot handle. Light up the dark like a candle. Usually they misunderstand you, yeah. Give a damn if they can't relate. All we want is to motivate. Take it on, never hesitate. Acknowledge it, but then make it. We are the ones in control. We are the ones in control. Just honing your faith and your power. Trust we could win, this is ours. No, this is not just a dream. Take on the world and devour. Walking down this lonely road, damn near almost lost my soul. But now that I'm in control, what they gon' do? Can no evil hold me down? Let no evil hold me down. When your will is on the ground, what you gon' do? I won't go for anything that isn't in direction of the boom. Don't never let anything come in between, 'cause surely you will lose. Yeah, we only getting started, but you know I got to bang it. Yeah, we're shooting for the stars, you know you got to aim it. Yeah, this goes out to the ones who doubt it. How you gonna see with your eyes all clouded? Look to the sky, feed your mind rerouted. Damn, it's been a long, long day. I done came a long, long way. I've been feeling all kind of restless. Getting to it, what can I say? Soaking up game like a lesson. Spirit too strong, that's a blessing. Rather elevate into outer space. You could go insane, lose your way from the stressing. And I ain't really on that. Gotta take it higher, yeah, we're on that. We will never stop, we'll never fall back. This is that, I need more of that. Gotta take it higher like you're on that. Gonna take it higher, yeah, we're on that. Whoa. I hear you screaming on the inside. You gotta let it go, let your mind ride. Yeah, we only getting started, but you know I got to bang it. Yeah, we're shooting for the stars, you know you got to aim it. Yeah, yeah.
What's going on, everybody? This is E Black with E Black TV, and this is Beware Fake Woke. I have Barney here. He's on mute, and he's saying where he's going to join us while we do this review of the debate from Jubilee. Right, this one right here.
Absolutely. Let's do it. Let's figure it out. Let's figure out what Jubilee is. Is that a Chicago or a DC hoodie that guy's wearing? That's what I want to know. What do we think?
Oh, that looks like Paraguay.
Oh, okay. There we go. Well, then it looks like I'm wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, anyhow, you know how it is. Beware Fake Woke. We explore both sides of the aisle, all different types of political views. We discuss things that, how you feel on the coffee table, and we all argue, and we figure out whether we are either woke or fake woke. So let's figure it out. Have you watched this video?
Not at all.
Okay,
first time. This will be a fresh take.
All right. So that's good. Let's get into the video then.
Reasons. January 6th.
Can you hear it?
Made Trump ineligible in my eyes. He's a traitor. He disrupted 200 years of peaceful transfer of power for his own selfish reasons that he now admits that he lost by a whisker. Sarcastically, according to him.
Let's bring in our disagreeers.
I'll go first again. Like, one of these two people are getting in. Right now, my choice is Kamala Harris. That doesn't mean that anything that she does is going to keep that support. My biggest issue right now is the genocide going on in Gaza, propagated by both the Trump administration and the Biden administration. You could say that prior to October 7th, there was peace going on between Israel and Gaza, as I've heard a lot of Trump supporters say. That's just factually inaccurate, especially with the Abraham Accords, especially with moving the embassy to Jerusalem. These are things that I'm very critical of Trump on, and I'm still having trouble announcing my support for Kamala Harris. It was a big moral decision to even come on the show in support of her, but that's because I don't support her again. I think that Donald Trump is going to be somebody that's far worse for the country than she will.
That was something I brought up in the debate with Peter Man. Remember when we were talking about the move of Jerusalem and how that was kind of an aggressive disruptor of the region? What did you think about that?
Yeah, it was an inflammatory move by Donald Trump. I'm not going to lie about it, but we know who controls the government. We know who's in charge. We know who controls the globe in the Western world. It's Bibi Netanyahu. I don't like it. Used to be, you'd be called, oh, you're a white supremacist. Ooh, look, you're a Nazi. You're this, you're that. You're a white guy with a shaved head. You're in the Klan. No, the stereotypes are true. The small hats are ruling us, right? They're a small nation. We give them money. We give them bombs. We give them this. We give them that. They tell us what to do. The tail is wagging the dog. It's out of control. I don't know how that debate just went from January 6th to the Middle East, though. Did I miss something there?
I think that was some. I think I started it probably a minute in, thinking that they were doing kind of some lead up questions, but I guess they went straight in. So that's my apologies.
Okay, yeah. What Donald Trump did was aggressive. Let's not forget his daughter married Jared Kushner, right? And she had to convert because he is. What do they call it? Pious, or I don't know what they call it. Practicing. I can't even say the word. I'm scared to say the word, right? It's so strange. I'm scared to say Jew. Oh my God, I said something bad, right? It's like, it sounds bad for some reason. Why does it sound bad? Why can't I say it? I'm such a coward. Thanks for making me not a coward. How was that answer? You like that?
Yeah. Man. That's one of the things, like I said, even if you're a Democrat, like, I don't like the fact that sometimes we play both sides a little bit. We'll say, we'll support Israel and their the aggressions against them, but then at the same time we'll say on the ground level it'll be like free Palestine. it's like
Biden says, I don't know how much you know about what's going on, but so October 6th happened, of course. That's when like paratroopers came over and were like, did what they did against Israel. Okay, bad day. Copy that. Whether they knew it was coming or not, that's a whole nother discussion. And then Israel did what Israel does. It went in, it started deleting people, it's blowing up cities. It just started a war in Lebanon. I don't know if you're aware of this or not.
Yeah.
Apartment buildings, right? It's nonstop. But then what Bibi said was, hey, don't worry. If you don't want to fight us, just go to Rafah, some place called Rafah. Never heard of it. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about it. Rafah's safe. It'll be a refugee camp. If you go there, we won't mess with you. And then it's like they get close to Rafah, and Biden's like, this is my red line. This is my line in the sand. This is the no-go zone. You can't go to Rafah. Bibi just goes to Rafah. He tests America's gangster. We failed. And we continue to give him bombs while scolding him verbally. Oh, no. Don't verbally. Who's in charge of this country? We know who's in charge of the country. It's insane.
Yeah. So let's get to some of the comments. Aisha Speaks is in the building. Salute to you. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights is also in the building. We have JNPR Jr. 1980. He's the
That's
same
Juan
age as-
Pacheco. He's studying for the bar exam.
Oh, salute to good luck to him. Oof. And what state?
Texas, I think.
Okay.
Texas, yeah. Texas. Oh, maybe he's your neighbor.
Texas has
I think he lives on your border. I think he's an
Okay.
El Paso guy. I can't remember.
Yeah, well, Texas has a great court system for lawyers. I'll tell you that. You can file a case in the middle of Kalamazoo, and that'd be a federal district, and it's a lot of weird. Texas has a weird court system. Braxton, the snake friend, salute to you. He says, "Been a long while." Yep. I've been trying. He also says Louisiana is in the building. Wapa says, and then they started bombing Wafa.
Okay, I did I not say that? I'm sorry. Thank you, one. Yeah.
Yep, dirty dude.
They started bombing it. How does it? They are a client state to America. They should be they're just like some little country. They're like a welfare state for us, right? They have Medicare for all or whatever you want to call it, right? And we don't. Sometimes they have a higher standard of living than us, and we still give them stuff. They're starting World War III between them and the Ukraine. They're blowing up Lebanon. What's going on in the world? This might be the end. That's all I want to say.
I wouldn't say it's the end, but I would definitely say there's a lot of people mad around the world, and they're trying to figure it out. I don't know. I think I've become so desensitized to the whole Israel, Palestine, Hezbollah stuff because I really don't know. I have friends from all across the globe, and they all say that they're all not favorable of Israel, but at the same time, I've never been to Israel. I don't know what goes on there. The world is crazy.
What it is? It's an ethno state, right? Could you imagine if a bunch of white people are like, we're going to make a country just for us? And we're in charge. Like, couldn't do that now. Like, we used to have only thing we got left is Russia, right? Finland, Norway, all that stuff. Forget about it, man. It's all over. It's all over. But Israel, they can do whatever they want. Hey, we just want our own people here. We're going to control what we want and see all this land. Look at the maps. They used to have this much space. In 1940, I get it, man. The small hats went through a tough time.
Yeah.
But in 1948, America and the UN or whatever, it was like, guess what? We're going to put about 1 million people in your country, Palestine. Don't worry about it. It'll go great. It's like the biggest immigration thing.
And it's almost, and a lot of times people forget that it's almost xenophobic because as the Israelis split across the Middle East, some went up to Poland, some went into Egypt, they went everywhere. The whole Israeli diaspora. They only allowed a certain group of people back. And that's the crazy part. And then we are like kind of like anybody would say, like, okay, those people aren't necessarily the people. They're literally an oligarch in terms of like the people who are running the country right now. And it's a crazy place. And the whole Middle East is crazy. Let's just be honest. That whole place is crazy. So let's get back to it. But yeah, man. So it's a Victor Hart.
The Middle East was used to just be a bunch of dudes on camels and tents or whatever, right?
Yes.
Sure, they built this and that, absolutely. But, and of course, I'm not an expert. I guess I'm going to sound like an idiot. But after World War I and World War II, like Lawrence of Arabia, England was like in charge of that area, and they drew all these lines that didn't correspond with the tribal ways of old, and they pushed people together that don't necessarily want to be together. But those country lines have stayed for quite some time.
Yeah, and that's what I think even Obama was saying, like, okay, let's do a 2-state solution. You know, you guys elect a president, we elect a president, we cohorse, almost like East and West Germany. Like do something similar to that. And if America only wants to mess with one side, that's their business. And but like y'all got to figure out something. But they're just gonna keep going. So I'm praying for the world, but yeah. So
well, they're trying to get Iran involved, and Iran is way more than Iraq.
Yeah,
and all these Muslim dudes are not happy about what Israel's doing, but we are like their big brother with the big stick that says you better not touch our little brother, or we're going to jump in. We're already giving them all the weapons. It's insane. The 2-state solution. That would be ideal, I guess. But I guess if I was living in Israel, I'd say, well, they're going to launch rockets at us, or are they still going to launch those damn rockets, right? Do you know what I mean? Do you think if there was a 2-state solution, they would stop launching these rockets they keep launching?
Yeah, that's the thing. They're literally fighting a war that's beyond borders, economy. It's a spiritual war, especially when you talk about faith. That's a different type of war. You know, they believe that this land is supposed to do this, and they're being controlled on their land. And like, once again, when they moved when he did it, and he moved the embassy, and he formally said that Tehran is the
not Tehran.
It wasn't Tehran. I thought it was Tehran. Tehran was the old one.
No, Tehran is in Iran.
Okay.
Jerusalem.
What was the old capital?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was gosh,
I'll look it up.
Yeah, but essentially when he did that stuff, I already knew this was coming, because it's essentially you're just basically saying fuck you to the whole region. But you know, that's policy.
Tel Aviv. It wasn't Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv. That's the word. But once again, even with the Democrats, I don't believe much shit gonna go on. Yeah, in my opinion, it's gonna have to probably get so freaking bad for these two parties to actually come up with a solution.
There's no solution. The small hats rule us. They're getting them out of that land, and they're taking it over. And in 100, 200, 300, 400 years, they're going to look at Bibi Netanyahu as some great savior of Israel, if it still exists, who got rid of the whatever the slang is they use for those people. And they can live peacefully in their land, because let's face it, man, splitting up this little state with all these little packets of people that don't like you and you hate each other, it's rough. It's a rough go. It's a rough go. And I guess I feel for both sides. But guess what? Good news. I'm sure America is going to take all these immigrants, right? Get ready for the Palestinian invasion. They're going to eat your cats. They're going to eat your dogs, right? They're going to start making those flatbreads on top of the stove. They're just going to make a mess of everything, right? And get ready for call to prayer 5 times a day, loud as you can possibly be. The Muslims are taking over, man. That's what's up. They're going to come over here. We're going to get all the refugees. Thanks, Biden. It's Biden's fault.
Yeah.
And the thing that I see now, is Trump and Kamala. They're all lining up to kiss the ring.
Yeah.
Of Bibi. Look at me. Oh, I like the Jews. I like them more. Trump was going to be worse for Palestine because it's going to be just like take everything plus some and do what you got to do. And he's worse for them, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's continue on.
So, did you know that this is the lowest civilian to combatant death rate of any war in recent history? Did you know that?
I'm sorry. I get the point, but let's be honest. We're not fighting on chariots and full-fledged frontal assaults with tanks any longer. A lot of what we're doing is proxy wars. We give a nation some tanks, they fight it out on their battleground. We might send some auxiliary forces to kind of train and do stuff, but war is not the same. I hate that comparison. Like, okay.
Well, she
is right though.
I don't know. Is she? How do you know? Because the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, told her? You believe that? I don't believe that at all. Yeah. They're blowing up apartment buildings, E-Black. Have you seen it? They're crumbling apartment buildings, sir. Because there's like one bad dude, one terrorist. I like how when people we don't like who have a different ideology as us, just call them terrorists and blow up the apartment building. It's cool. It's lit. It's great. What are you talking about, E-Black?
Yeah.
You're insane. At least back then, when it was they would like have pitched battles. I mean, sure, the victors would go into town and just delete everyone and take all the women, which still happens. Honestly, it's not funny. So
yeah,
that I'll leave it at that. But
no, let's keep going because I'm definitely not going to clip that.
We have to look at these people, right? Like, who is this woman? She's like the well-dressed Zionist. Did she spend her summers in Israel? Does she live there now? We got a black dude with a hard hat and with stickers on it. We need to see those stickers. We got the angry white guy on the end. Like, hey, if you need an angry white guy, I'm your guy. Where do I sign up for this? Okay, because I got a YouTube channel called Midlife Bro Logic, and I need some subs. Get me on Jubilee. Where's the application form?
There only could be one of you guys.
Of course, you can't have too many whites, straight whites.
Yeah. We got because on our side,
it's competition. You got plenty. You got to have like a stud, a homo, maybe a straight black. Is there even one straight black guy? I guess the hard hat guy is a straight black guy. We got was this a white girl with the freaking, what is she, Daisy Dukes and tank tops
and Pixie.
Yeah, stop it. We got the. Oh, there's the stud sitting next to the racially ambiguous guy, and then we got someone else who looks, I don't know, Muslim, and then we have a black woman. Okay, let's go.
Yes.
Okay, so this
great diversity.
Yeah, and diversity, of course, means get rid of white men. So yes, there's only one.
Course.
So pretty good.
Let's keep going.
Let's go.
Is this going to be a Gaza topic? I'm so ready to go on Gaza. I'm so ready.
That because I can't just let your word genocide.
Oh, look, she has to show. Pause it. Pause it. Sorry, she's like, look at me. I'm cute. I have Oh, is that? Oh, that's not a tattoo. Sorry. I thought that was a tattoo. No, that's an undershirt. Who's going to go in a show and wear this? I'm a horrible dresser, but I would never dress like this. Maybe if I was a little trollop like her, I would. The Zionist, she looks like business. I tell you that. So
she looks like a straight up cunt.
She is, but it's good. She lets you know. She's like a young Hillary Clinton from Israel, and that's what's going on.
She looks like she drinks wine, gets drunk, and yells the N-word. Okay.
She does not yell the N-word. There's no way. There's no way that's coming out of her mouth. Keep going.
All right.
It would have ended 2 days later, and it would have been fine. Everyone would be dead.
We'll have
so
to
it's not
keep
a
it
genocide.
at that, though.
Yeah,
for
that's
time's
fine.
sake, but I want to hear going back to the prompt.
Wait,
You
that
came
is
in
a
because you
stud.
disagree.
Yeah, the stud's right there.
I did not know there was a stud.
I told you there was a stud. There's always a stud. Come on. This show doesn't even start without the stud. The show's over when the fat lady sings, but it never begins until the stud is there. Come on.
There's
Yeah.
You wouldn't vote for Trump unconditionally.
No, of course. I mean, I think as a moral human being that comes from a place of love with strong core values, I can't just give anyone, carte blanche that no matter what you do, you're going to have my love and support. But from, barring anything crazy like the situation that Joe mentioned, it's pretty much 100%. And actually, I am part of Jewish Voices for Trump, and I really appreciate all of the things that he's done for the Jewish people and for the state of Israel as well. So
The next prompt is, Harris beat Trump in the debate. Will the agreeers please step forward? We're all looking at you.
I'm happy to see you join us.
Hey.
Oh man, there we go, brother.
Here
There we go,
oh,
brother.
Oh, it's a MAGA hard hat. Okay.
Okay, yeah, he said that she won. There we go, brother.
Oh, he said it?
Yeah.
Wait, the MAGA hard hat says this? Wait a minute. I'm so confused by this branding. All right, let's go.
Fortunately, when I watched the debate, a lot of Republicans were saying that Trump was going to completely obliterate Kamala Harris. And I was one of those people. But I'm the kind of person, I got to be factual and honest. And I can't lie to myself. Let's get the obvious out of the way. It was a little bit bogus against Trump with 1 versus 3. They only fact-checked Trump. They didn't really fact-check Kamala as much as I think they should have.
All right, can we pause it? Can we
when-
pause it on
when-
him?
when-
On him and his hard hat. On the hard hat, please.
But I'm the kind of person, I got to be factual and honest. And I can't lie to myself. Let's get the obvious out of the way. It was a little bit.
This dude is false advertising. This dude does not wear a hard hat to work. It's clever that he did that. I like it. Is it because he's scared to walk around with a MAGA hat on? Because there is political violence in America. If you wear a MAGA hat in public, you are prone to violent attacks, vicious attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why he wore that. But I think it's a bit of false advertising. He definitely is not a blue collar guy. But that's
I mean, he has blue collars on, 2
Stop.
of them.
stop. More phony.
I mean, I've never seen somebody wear a Pendleton shirt with a sweater underneath, but Jubilee is very creative in their wardrobe, I see.
Bogus against Trump with 1 versus 3. They only fact-checked Trump. They didn't really fact-check Kamala as much as I think they should have. But
when one
we don't have
candidate
to
lies
fact check
more.
when
You
we're
don't
telling the
have to,
truth
yeah.
and telling
And
facts.
basically the only 2 times that they did fact check was we don't murder babies after 9 months, and Haitians aren't eating dogs in Ohio.
well, Kamala Harris perpetuated the myth that Donald Trump said there are fine people on both sides, even though Politico came out and said that this is missing a lot of context.
Do you need to see the video?
When Trump said there are fine people on both sides, he was talking about 2 kinds of people. One were historians who wanted to keep the Robert E. Lee statue in place, and the other group were people who wanted to tear the statue down. So the Antifa, the left-wing individuals, and the historians. These were the 2 groups of people he initially were talking about. Now, the neo-Nazis and the white supremacists and the hooligans who came to interrupt, this was an outside group who came to Charlottesville to stir up trouble. So when people say that there are...
I just really have to stop.
So when
because
Donald Trump
you're
said-
referring to them as historians, when we're talking about people who chanted, Jews will not replace us.
But you're...
And neo-Nazi chants
think-
that were used in
but
World War II.
He's
You're
talking about
Charlottesville.
what it seems like is historians that were sympathetic to keeping the statues in public.
And we're
view,
talking
is what
about
I
a
think.
statue of Robert E. Lee, a Civil War general.
But even the
Yeah.
historians that you're referencing, if they were actual historians, wouldn't you want those types of statues in something like a museum or somewhere where people can learn the historical context,
There
not
is
in the
no
public?
right
And
side
let's
of
talk about what
racism.
those historians did. They enslaved your people.
I think we've covered, just so you know, I think we've covered this part. Remember, the prompt is, I think
Kamala
Harris
was
won
going
the
to
we
debate.
forgot about
Oh,
the
yeah.
already.
Yes, to be honest, I want to extend I have mad respect
Absolutely.
for
same.
anybody here, any Trump supporter who will stand here in this room and say anything in support of the guy who gave that debate performance. Literally speaking, as a Filipino person who for years, we have a play named Dog Eaters on us. It was dog eating and othering of meats were used to other us and to make us feel like some other kind of different dehumanizing thing because we're eating people's pets. And now they're putting it on Haitians. And now there's bomb threats in Ohio.
They do eat dogs in the
because of-
Philippines. What's his problem? Bro, we know Asians eat dogs. I've seen the markets. What's your problem? And I have a man on the scene. I've got a spy in Ohio, and I'm
Wait,
those Haitians because I know they're eating the dogs. I know they're eating the cats. I just don't have any proof yet.
Are we really?
Asians
No.
eat dogs. Do you?
I
Want
think.
me to-
Okay, hold on. I think the whole Asian eat dog thing is much like in America we say, white coon asses eat raccoon.
I do eat
I mean,
raccoon. What?
Okay, yeah. So it's a very fringe group of people who have traditions in that.
Have you seen the dog markets? Do we have to pull that up?
No,
There's
I don't
markets
want to see
where
a
you
dog
can buy
market.
pigs, ducks, or dogs if you prefer. It's
But how
there.
many people? But is that a national delicacy? Is that a national representation of the entire Asian race?
If there's a market, there's
Yeah,
I've never seen a raccoon market, and I've eaten raccoon. I've seen dog markets.
But just like alligator, like people eat alligator. Some people, I think that's borderline too, because it's like, okay, that's weird.
I eat alligator too.
Okay, so I mean, like, but to say that, okay, Americans, y'all eat raccoons, like you'd feel insulted. You'd be like, yeah, some people eat it in the bayou area of freaking these country areas. Some people eat possum, yeah, but we don't, as American people. That is not a representation of our delicacy. And when Trump is saying that, it's like you're overstating a cultural nuance these people have.
Okay, again, I don't have any proof that Haitians are eating dogs and cats. I have proof that Asians eat dogs.
Oh, wow, my God.
But is it ubiquitous? Is it like, hey, mommy, what's for dinner tonight? Dog. Oh, yes, dog on Wednesdays, like Meatloaf Wednesdays. No, I don't think it's like that, but I don't know. So, but I'm triggered that this Filipino is going to come up here and act like they don't eat dogs. Don't make me. I'm going to Google it. Go ahead. I'm getting off track, but I can't believe an Asian's going to come up here and tell me that Asians don't eat dogs. I know they eat dogs. I've seen the markets.
Okay.
And look, cows are just as loving as dogs. Newsflash: pigs are affectionate and intelligent, just like dogs. So if you want to feel bad, whatever, maybe stop eating cows. But they're just
Victor
so delicious.
Hart says regular people in the South eat raccoon. What are you talking about?
It's good.
And no one is eating possum because they're grave robbers. When you consume human flesh, you begin to shake. It's still, no matter what, that is not a reference. Like you don't go outside of America and had that. Oh, I heard you guys eat raccoon and possum. It's like, yeah, there's some fringe group of people that do it, but it's not a representation of the true culture. So I think it's just an overstatement. Like, yeah, maybe one or two people in Haiti, or maybe a fringe group of people in Haiti might do that, but for the over average Haitian, no, they're not all eating.
Again, I have no evidence of these Haitians eating dogs or cats. I'm looking. I'm looking,
oh my God.
But I haven't found it. Do you know what balut is? I mean, we're really getting off on a tangent. You don't know what balut, B-A-L-U-T is? Oh my freaking God. These Filipinos are nuts, man. They'll have a duck egg and they'll let it grow.
Oh, right? Yes, I've seen that.
Until it's almost ready to hatch, and then they cook it.
Yes.
And then they open it, and then they eat the egg with the duck with the feathers. It's so gross. I've had one and I threw up. It was so disgusting.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh my God. It's better to eat a dog than to eat damn balut. Oh my God. Cat meat is good. I never had cat meat. All right. I'm sorry. I'm getting off track.
This ridiculous thing that he spewed because he got triggered because Kamala talked about how people were walking out of his crowds because he's bored and tired and senile.
And the main reason why I am sitting down is because Donald Trump took too much bait. I think that kind of performance was okay against Biden. And if you guys notice, a lot of the things he said against Kamala, he said against Biden about the abortion, the baby being killed after it's born. He never should have said that. About a lot of the points that he made against Biden, and he did it against Kamala too. But the thing is, Biden literally just fell apart and quote unquote died on stage, what we saw last time. And that's why they switched him out with Kamala. So I guess Trump kind of I was expecting him to change his playbook. You have to go after her record.
Well, it's hard to go after her record when she's impeccable, right? We have the
Barney, you have the floor.
I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin. First off, the governor of Virginia said he implied that you can delete your baby after birth. It's on tape. I have it. He said it. And he's also a medical freaking doctor. He said it. A post-birth abortion doesn't make sense, but he said it. He said, we'll deliver the baby and we'll keep the baby comfortable, and then we'll make a decision. Make a decision for what? He said it, and he's a medical doctor. But the studs coming up here, man, you know who the studs are rocking with. You know who the studs are rocking with. They're rocking what sorority is she? AKA. Yeah, man. You know your people. It's good. That's why I like your people, man. They stick together. I like that. Man. Even when they're wrong, they stick together.
How can we stick together?
They support people who are wrong. Come on, you stick together. You do. And that stud, she knows what side her bread is buttered on, and she sees Kamala, and she looks at Kamala the same way Willie Brown looked at Kamala. She knows what's up, and she wants to convert her. Come on. Woman power. They're taking over the world. They're destroying all these cities. You know what's up.
Hey, no lie. I was looking at, like, before I knew she was a stud, I was looking at her pants. I was like, that's some tight pants for a dude. And then now that I know that she's a stud, I was like, whew, my gaydar is still working. Okay.
I don't really have any, I never had a close stud friend, honestly.
You never had a good stud?
No, I'm not opposed to it. So if there's any studs out there, men and women can't be friends, but if you're like a stud,
I had an ex,
like that's cool. That's cool.
I had an ex-girlfriend from like high school, middle school. She ended up being a stud.
You turned her out into a stud?
No, I think I was like her last chance.
Yeah, you turned her out.
I think
she's like, I'm done with men, and this is the worst of them all. Some women, that's the thing, man. I know some of these. Yeah, man. If you talk to some of these women, some of these lesbians, they're confused, right? Like, why are women lesbians? I have no idea, but they're so confused, and if you listen to them, and they love to talk about it. They're like, oh yeah, I had so many, let's call them sessions with multiple men, because they kept trying to figure out what it was.
Yeah. Right.
Or like maybe they don't even, some of them, they don't even have an orgasm with these dudes.
Yeah.
And then finally they get with a woman and they're like, that's what it is. And then, I was a lesbian all along. They'll say it. I've heard that many times. I've heard many women say that, lesbians, actually.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I try to take off of people's personal things. I don't know what they go through. Me growing up in San Francisco, I've seen plenty of gay individuals. It never made me a gay man, even gay thoughts. Like I've always believed, if you're straight, you're straight. If you're bi, you're bi. If you have these thoughts, like everybody who I know that is gay now from my like high school and all that, we knew already. They already had showed tendencies. If you're a stud, you're a stud. If like there's always that undercurrent of knowingness that you can tell, and they're kind of working it out, or they were working it out. So, but at the same time, like I said, I don't know about anybody's particular choice to go across that line, and we'll figure it out. Let's keep going.
We still don't know what causes it. That's. I hope before I die we figure out. Like, it's just one of those questions I always wonder. Like, what causes that? What causes trans? I can't even say it. Transgenderism, homosexuality. Like, what is it? And people will come up here and say, people come up here and act like, oh, it's because this. It's like, there's no proof. There's no proof.
Now, hold on. Some people will say that sexuality is actually a social construct.
I can't believe that.
Now there's a natural construct of sexuality where, the wanting to have birth or the wanting to have children. There's that natural thing, but in terms of sexuality, that some people are saying that's a social construct. We put girls in dresses at a young age, pink, and we kind of socially construct them to want men and all that stuff. And same with men or young boys.
They're socially constructing young people to convince them that they're trans. So it's partially true. It's partially true. I hate to admit that, but what? Why is it everyone's trans all? How many trans did you know back in your day? None.
I know a lot.
Shut up.
Are we talking about like people who dressed like cross-dressed, or talked about individuals who acted like that flipped the line? There was a lot of effeminate. Means, right? There was a lot of effeminate men. Like
that doesn't mean trans. That just means they're a twink or something. It just means they're a bottom or whatever. It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. If you grew up gay now, and effeminate, bro, they might come snip you off. And at the end of the day, it's like, oh no, I wish I still had my thingy.
Oh my God.
I'm just an effeminate gay man. We're getting way off track. Sorry. So the stud said impeccable record. Let's talk about a record. Let's go there. She keeps prisoners.
Prosecutor, an attorney general, a senator, and a vice president. So for him to go after her, he can't go after her policy because it's good. All he can do is make the same old, she said it herself, the same old playbook. And that's what we saw. And she totally destroyed him. She came with facts. She also just pointed out just how ridiculous the things were that he was saying, to your point about the, eating dogs and all of that stuff. I mean, none of it was factual. It had already been released that none of that stuff was true, and he still put it forward. But I respect you for coming forward.
We're gonna pause here. We're gonna bring in our disagreeers.
So I would say that when I judge, my kids play.
Did you notice they looked at him like, you traitor? They all kind of looked at him. Hold on. Look, they all looked at him like he's just sitting there. He's just sitting there. Yeah, with the Trump hat. He's just sitting there like, I betrayed my people.
I mean, go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. What are you thinking? What comes to mind? Say it.
I think they're like, you're definitely not getting any better than this. You've sold us out. So we'll see if he can make a comeback, because right now I think the fair skinned people are making their choices right now. Just looking at the body language. Like
hold on. You're saying the whites?
Yes.
The whites, the Trumpers are looking at the MAGA hat guy?
Yes.
I thought you were saying the blacks were looking at the Trump hat guy. Okay.
No.
Well, that's the problem. At least he admits what he thinks is true. Who won the debate? I don't know. As long as Trump didn't have a senior moment, then it's. I don't think it changed anything. Honestly, that's my opinion. But we can go.
Yeah.
My kids play sports. When I judge who won or who didn't win, I want it to be an even playing field, and I think it should be a fair contest. And I know you guys love Kamala Harris, and you think she has an impeccable record. Kamala. But CNN.
Get it right. Get it right, you cunt. Get it right.
Listen, the problem is I grew up watching wrestling, and Kamala, the Ugandan headhunter, was awesome. He was awesome, and he would fight Hulk Hogan, and then he'd spit that green stuff in people's face. Gross. Yeah. And he was big. He was a big guy. I think he's from Georgia. He's a truck driver. But he could move, man. He was a great wrestler. Kamala, the Ugandan headhunter. So, and it's same spelling. So it's not my fault. If I accidentally call her,
but they all
the wrong name. Correct her.
Must be. They all checked her like, you cunt. Shut.
I mean, do you think that she said it disrespectfully? I don't. Right?
I don't think she said it disrespectfully, but I think it was just it was a come to Jesus moment. They're like, no.
They're acting like she did it on purpose to be disrespectful.
Yeah. Because she's a cunt. That's why.
But do you think she said it wrong on purpose is the question.
No, I don't think she said it wrong on purpose.
Kamala Harris, and you think she has an impeccable record. Kamala. But CNN has pronounced it 12, 20 times on record.
we're
Different
telling you,
ways.
we're telling you how to.
Just like every other person.
Semantics, you guys. Let's not get stuck. Let's go to policies.
Can we just pronounce your name right?
Let's go past this and hear the rest of Sheila.
So I think that there have been a lot of things that have been fact-checked by social media influencers and commentators like myself on Ms. Harris's policies and what she said as well. And there are certainly things that could have been fact-checked on that end as well. And I want to set you, I too am an immigrant. My family escaped on the back of a pickup truck from Iran in 1985 while being shot at by border police. I spent a night in the Pakistani deserts. We were caught and we had to escape, and it took 6 months for my family to come here not speaking English. We left everything behind, started from nothing, living in a 2-bedroom apartment with 8 people in it. The reason why I say that is, you know, America is the greatest country on earth, and to erase its history instead of learning from it is what they did in China. Unburdening what has been. Let me just finish. Unburdening what has been and looking forward to what can be is literally what was used by people trying to get rid of the old and bringing in the new world, like China Communist Party.
The group of people being affected by those statues are telling you what it's doing to us.
Correct.
He's the one that's.
There we go. There we go. Yeah. Come on, Barney. Come on, Barney.
All right,
There's
so much to say there. I don't even know what to cover. Sean Osborne, thanks for pointing out that she says China like Trump. Copy that. Secondly, she's from Iran, but she's a Zionist. I'm so confused.
Yeah.
I guess she's just a pro-American. Oh, so she came during the Ayatollah Khomeini. When did that all go down? You know what I'm talking about? The Shah of Iran was deposed in the Iranian Revolution in, I think, 1982, 1981. And that was the whole thing with the Iranian hostages and Reagan. So she, much like Hafez, actually, same kind of thing, had to leave the country. So she is a big Westerner, I would imagine. I don't even know where to begin. They're just saying so much. The Kamala thing. What was even the question? I forget. What they just go all over the place.
Yeah.
Help me out.
They're all over the place. They're talking about the debate, and she went into basically saying that she loves America because she's grown to appreciate America because her country basically was a war toward country, and they took every opportunity. So we should love America, and we should love its history too. So,
oh yeah. So they're talking about they're trying to sneak in these statues. I honestly don't know how I feel about the statue thing, so I'm willing to go either side on that. I don't know if
I
don't know how I feel, honestly. I'm waiting for someone smart to convince me. Is that going to be you?
It's definitely a tough thing. Man, I went to the state capital of South Carolina. I forgot who was there. I want to say Thomas. There's a statue there, and that guy actually owned slaves, and he wasn't a good dude. But at the same time, there's a history that goes along with it. If you study even look at the Battle of Gettysburg, 40,000, 100,000 men dying within the matter of 3 days battling. Some of that has to be honored. It has to be done tastefully, though. Let's be honest, a lot of these statues were put up long after either the person died that they're honoring, or as a way of kind of intimidating, or just a remembrance of the old South. So it's a tricky situation. I lean towards basically moving those to private institutions or private grounds, or I don't want to say give a vote, but just figuring it out through an open dialogue.
So what you really just said was you want to take them down. I mean, but you didn't have the nuts to just say it. You tap dance around it, and you didn't really say it. Okay, but what that really means in English is take them down.
If you have a Robert E. Lee statue in his birth town, I don't mind that.
Oh, so it's case by case, sure.
It's case by case. Who did what they did. George Washington, of course, owned slaves. So do I want everyone that had owned slave to have not a statue? I think there's a dialogue that could be had about that. So nobody looks for or celebrates those pigeon turd covered statues. Yeah, man. Let's keep going.
We're
Suggested
talking
to go
a
into
lot
a
about the
museum.
statue,
Seriously,
but
can
we
we
do
talk
want
about
to hear
the
about the debate. Let's just switch back to the debate. If we want to talk about the statue again later, we totally can.
Yeah.
I don't think either one of them won the debate. I feel like the only people that really lost were, other than them, was the American people. I imagine we can all kind of agree on that. Nothing was really said. Nothing was really, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, but nothing ever actually gets done. I think as far as the debate goes, Trump dropped the ball on a couple things. The Medicare or Medicaid conversation or question that he received, he kind of dropped the ball on that one. But other than that, it was just a bunch of zingers and like back and forth and
It's all about ego.
putting your hand up to make sure that the other side knows that you're judging I'm judging you, Trump. Like it was more show than anything. Kamala handled herself. I'll give you that. Like Kamala did a lot better than a lot of people thought she did. I think that's why a lot of people are saying she won, because we all, she did better than Biden. And anybody that did better than Biden, it's like, hell yeah, we have a winner, guys. But at the end
We all
of the day,
agree that was a low bar.
Yeah.
We're going to reset.
Hey, before we go any further, we want to take a moment to say thanks so much.
That's a great point. That is a great point. Biden was so horrible that anything above that looks good. And in all honesty, Kamala still has not had an interview. I guess she's not going to have an interview. She hasn't. She had something with her daddy, Tim Walz, sitting next to her, which is like a total loss for the feminism, right? It's like, don't let Kamala off her leash too far without her white zaddy to protect her.
But come on now,
it's embarrassing.
You gotta understand there wasn't a true Democratic primary. She has to basically create a national campaign in 2.5 months, 3 months. This is an extraordinary moment. Like she has to play it straight and fair. No fumbles, no hiccups, no scandals, nothing. It has to be straight fair. So I understand. I think everybody understands that. If she had a year or 2 years where she can sit down and confront either her opponents or her co-candidates or candidates potential, I think she would. But I let's be honest, she doesn't have enough time to really go off the script and have it derail the entire campaign. Too much is at stake.
Okay, so let me just say this. This woman is running for president of the United States. This woman will have the nuclear missile codes.
Yes.
This woman could conceivably inherit a war with Israel, Iran, Lebanon now, Palestine. Who knows what's happening in the Ukraine? And since she didn't have, quote unquote, enough time to prepare, we should give her leniency.
No, it's about perception. It's not about preparation. I think she's prepared, but I mean, literally, we're 38 days, 39 days, less than 40 days until everybody has to go to the polls. People are right now early voting. Military are early voting. Everything right now. She cannot make a very poor mistake. So you got to understand, she has to create a national campaign. And she doesn't have the time to really have, say, a 1 week scandal. Or what did Trump do? The toilet paper, shooting the toilet paper in Puerto Rico. She doesn't have time to have those moments. 1 week is too long.
What are you trying to say? So that's why she can't interview?
No, yes, I'm saying
she can't interview because she's weak.
No,
and the woman is supposed to lead our country. And she's scared of a freaking softball interview by herself, not being protected by her white zaddy, Tim Walz. What a disgrace. What an embarrassment. Sure, she'd do better than Biden because she's the same thing, and at least she can walk and talk, kind of better than Biden, which is such a low bar, sir.
But once
just admit it.
but
Just
you
admit
have
it.
to. No, I'm
Good.
admitting that yes, we would love to see her have harder questions, but at the same time, we know why, because right now there is
No, yeah, I know why. If I was in charge of her campaign, I'd be like, you ain't gonna do that. Don't do it. It's all risk. I get it. I get it. It's a smart move. Don't put yourself out there. You might fall. You might fail. All you got to do is get up here and say, Orange Man bad, save democracy, and all these other lies. And we'll just push you in, just like we were trying to push in Hillary Clinton. But it might work this time. It might.
Well, but see, even with Hillary, like she's had she had to go run the gauntlet, and that was tough on Hillary. Like running for the president is not an easy task. Every statement that you've ever made, everything that you've ever done, every dissertation that you wrote, everything that you've written in high school, everything that you've written in college is under a microscope. And then once you get towards the end of the cycle to where you're actually where we're at now in October, everything has to be run perfectly. One bad thing. What was that guy's God, I forgot about that governor that basically got himself kicked off because he got excited at the guy that, so I mean stuff like that Kamala cannot afford, because if 1 week cycle could definitely destroy this whole campaign. So I understand what you're saying. Basically, why can't she be thrown to the wolves? I'm sorry, it's too late for the wolves. Everybody's gonna have to basically this is what they call a organization versus organization. You have Democrats have to run their machine, Republicans have to run their machine. Donald Trump has to run his plan, and basically it's basically like what happens in basketball when they had the lockout. You don't have 20 preseason games. You're only gonna have 5 preseason games, and we're gonna start this season. No,
I agree with you. If I was running her campaign, I wouldn't want to risk it either. I don't really think any of that's going to change. We already know that Kamala has owned slaves. Yes, Kamala is a slave master. You can roll your eyes all you want. She kept prisoners locked up to fight fires, dangerous, past their sentence. That's called slavery, sir. We're going to have a first slave master president who's also a woman of color and an Asian. Wait, hold on. We know that she's a concubine and she slept her way to the top. I'm talking about Willie Brown, right? We know she stands for nothing but herself, just like Hillary Clinton. She'll say anything to get in there.
And
She'll take any political stance she can. Only thing I know that she really likes is deleting babies. That's the only thing, is delete babies and give all of our riches, wealth, and prosperity to Israel. That's the only thing I know that she stands for. Also, Orange Man bad. So 3 things: Orange Man bad, delete babies, and she's a slave master. Go ahead.
Let's continue on. I can't.
With us on this episode. Now let's get into it.
Our next prompt, it will be played as a video. This is a quote from Trump from the debate.
They allowed criminals, many millions of criminals. They allowed terrorists. They allowed common street criminals. They allowed people to come in, drug dealers, to come into our country. And they're now in the United States. And I think they probably did it because they think they're going to get votes, but it's not worth it.
If you agree with that quote, step forward.
It's true. It's been proven true. Democrats have been doing this forever.
What I got personally was he was talking about the illegal immigrants that aren't being background checked, that are being let in. Personally, to me, my grandparents and my mother are immigrants. They're not from here, and they came here and they worked very hard to get their residency.
Is she Mexican or something? What is she? I can't tell, right? They love the racial ambiguity. You and me will never fit in. You're just black, and I'm just white, and there ain't nothing between it. But this one, she could be Mexican, Lebanese, Italian. I have no idea, right? I have no idea.
Guess the race. Spanish,
Latina, Mexican.
I'm just getting a little Spanish with Italian. She has a darkish tan, so
She doesn't really look Mexican, but I don't know.
But she has a darkish tan, so it's kind of like, but with the pointed nose. So I'm going with Italy.
She's not. Italians don't come over here and cry like this little whiny lady. Come on.
Oh my God.
I'm just going to go with Mexico, even though she doesn't look Mexican. Let's go.
All the bells and whistles to get through here. And so they're letting people in. I mean, it's affected so many of my friends that live towards the border of San Diego, places like that. They are letting people in that are criminals, that are not being checked well, or at least not being checked at all. And I think that's what he meant. He kind of has a really sassy way of saying things, or kind of just...
That's a wrong adjective, lady. You can tell.
I agree with her.
You use that wrong.
Trump
is sassy.
Trump is very sassy.
No. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. And they are, you know what they are. I don't want to get your channel.
No.
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. They are. It's been proven. How's Rachel Morin doing? Oh, that's right. She got deleted. She got deleted by an illegal alien. How is Lycan Riley doing? Oh, that's right. Her nursing career was cut short because she was SA'd and murdered by an illegal alien.
Hold on.
Thanks, Biden.
Hold on. Well, how do we differentiate regular crime from illegal immigrant crime? Crimes where an illegal immigrant is doing this because of their illegal status, or just crimes because they're just bad people, or just because they're in a bad situation? How do we differentiate?
I don't even know what the question is, but let me tell you what I think.
No.
It's bad enough if someone's going to do something horrible to an American. It's bad enough if they're an American and an American. So
people with green cards,
American.
People with green cards,
but people that aren't even American who do heinous crime against Americans, it could have been prevented if Trump built the wall. That's all I'm saying, and that's a fact. If you keep them out, they could. If you keep them out, Rachel Morin, beautiful mom of 5 or something, would be alive. If you keep them out, Lycan Riley, nursing student, she would be alive. Beautiful young thing. Deleted.
Okay. How do we differentiate from the fact that a person, a bad person is doing a bad thing and they're illegal status? They're not doing it because they're illegal. They're doing it because they're just bad people. People with green cards do crimes too. People get sent off and their passports revoked because of bad crimes. Background checks, yes, I agree. People should that come in, but I don't like as many people that actually do come in here. We should be seeing mass waves of crime. We're not seeing that. We're seeing, and every time.
Where have you been? Hold
on. We're not seeing mass waves of crime. We're just seeing basically the normal crime that everyday Americans have. A car gets busted in, somebody steals your tools out your stuff. That's just normal crime. That's the price of having a society. But the simple, I don't like the fact that, once again, if they were such bad people, we would see the effects of that on a much grander scale. If you were to get rid of all of illegal Americans, you would still have murder, sexual assault, theft, and as a lot of other crimes.
Bro, there's tons of crimes. Have you heard of
so
Denver,
it has nothing to do
Aurora? Have you heard of these Venezuelans? They took over a whole apartment building. There's video. What are you going to do? Deny it? They're walking around with guns, knocking in doors, committing crimes. They had to call this damn SWAT team to clean it out. They're destroying America. They're bringing their standard of life down. And it's all a bunch of dudes, criminals. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crimes. They're rapists. And it's true.
Okay.
And it's true. It's like they're forcing me to be a passport bro. Okay. Bring all these people in. I'm going to go colonize their country. The only place I can go to now is El Salvador. Shout out to Bukele. What's up?
Let's keep going.
Sometimes I feel like he's not very eloquent at times. And so he says things and people are like, well, what does that mean? That doesn't make any sense. That's at least the context that I'm getting it from. That's at least what I can see. And that's at least what's been proven. So.
I also feel that way. I feel like a lot of the people that are just being willy-nilly let in here they're passing multiple other countries just to get to America to claim asylum in America. I don't blame anybody for coming here at all. If I was born outside of this country, I would want to do the exact same thing. Us as Americans, all of us, hit the lottery when we got born here. And if you've come here legally through the process, my issue is the people that are just being let in. Oh, they claimed asylum. Here's a bank card. Here's a cell phone. And by the way, show up to this court date in 3 years. Promise, right? Like pinky promise. And then they just let them go. They send them to whatever city, Chicago, New York. The people that actually live there are the ones in Colorado, where I'm from. We are the ones that are actually seeing this stuff and being affected by it, whether it's people driving on the road without license plates, insurance, don't know how to drive because they're coming from whatever country they're coming from. But it's
all true.
There are cars in Mexico. There are cars in Mexico.
So what?
Oh
and
my
what?
God.
They don't. You just don't know. You don't know. Like I guess you live in a.
There are cars in
Shout
Mexico.
out to you. Yeah, but they drive without insurance. They drive without a license. They're drunk. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. It's true. Are we really denying this? Are we really denying this?
Yeah, we're denying this. Okay.
They're throwing litter all outside of my Home Depot. It's a nightmare. You think it's funny? They're peeing on the trees. It's gross.
You know what it sounds like? Any problem that America has, you have to have somebody to blame. And it sounds like they're just blaming the immigrants because of their issues of America.
You sound like a woman. You and me. Put it on. 2 screens. You're sassy. You sound like a woman. You sound like a woman, right? Let's pretend calm down.
No, I'm not pretending.
Pretend that you're my woman.
No,
right?
I'm not. And
I'm gonna say, hey, E Black, the woman, I don't want you hanging out with this quote unquote guy friend for obvious reasons. And then you're gonna be like, oh, you're just insecure. You're this, you're that. It's like they are bringing drugs. They are bringing crime. They are rapists, and I don't want them here. Stop trying to say that, oh, I'm just blaming all of my problems on someone else or this or that or whatever it is you're trying to do. Just stop it. Just stop it. I used to live with the illegal Mexicans. I never told you that.
Oh, my God. So did they bring drugs?
Es la verdad, porque antes vivo con los mexicanos en Nueva York. Yo puedo hablar español. Yo sé su cultura. Todos son criminales. Es la verdad. Te dijo. They're all criminals, I'm telling you.
Okay.
It's true.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
It's true, man. You don't like it. I can tell you all the crazy things they did. All the nasty things they did.
What did they do? Okay.
I'll tell you.
Let's go. Let's continue on because this video is long and I'm going to end up.
Okay, put it back down. I'll tell you what they do.
Okay.
Right? I had some of these roommates, and they get down in Mexico different than we get down here, right? Like just, you know what? No, let me not say anything. But trust me, okay? I'll tell you off. I don't want to tell you on the screen, right? I'm cleaning up my image, right? I'm going to get hired by Tucker Carlson soon. I don't know if you know that or not. So play your cards right. You can ride my coattails. Tucker, call me. Look, I like diversity too. Let's go.
All right, let's keep going.
Every single person that comes in here illegally is being counted in the census. When you count these people in the census, that's going to give people more house seats, I'm pretty sure. And I don't want to misspeak.
No, you're
Hopefully
right.
a little truth bubble will pop up at the bottom. But they're getting house seats. They're getting electoral votes. These things matter when it comes to the election. That's the only thing I care about. I don't care if people are coming here legally and want to live a better life, want to have that American dream. That being said, like, you're taking away things, taxpayer money that all of us as taxpayers are paying that should be going to Americans, should be going to veterans. Veterans are, it make up, I want to say less than 8% of the American population, and less than 2% of Americans join the military and volunteer to join our military forces. And the fact that we have homeless vets should not be a thing. And we're just giving this money to these people that come here illegally, don't play by the same rules.
I see a lot of nods. Do you believe that this is an intentional strategy? You talked about like the sense, how it affects the census.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, over 16 million people have come into this country illegally during this administration. And immigration actually is the thing that catapulted me from Democrat to Republican. I'm from Chicago. And as you know, we have the migrant crisis, thousands upon thousands. We're talking 50,000 illegal immigrants that just hit our city. And I actually did vote for Biden. I'll whisper and say that, not that proud to admit it now. But I remember when they first turned a school in my area into a migrant shelter. And it was the Wadsworth Elementary School. And they also turned South Shore High School into a migrant shelter as well. When they did that, I remember the protest. I remember going to these community meetings that they have about how they're going to explain to you how immigrants need help. And I remember sitting there as a person who voted for Biden, and I'm just listening to these people, the aldermen, city council members, pro-immigrant groups. They come to lecture us Black folk on the South Side of Chicago. And they talk to us like we're stupid. These people are from Venezuela. They speak Spanish. They live in poverty. They need help. And that's why this facility in your neighborhood is being turned into a migrant shelter. So it's very frustrating with the Democrats is sort of lecturing this condescending tone that they use against you. I don't need to be lectured to about what people need. Black people in Chicago need help. Veterans, as you were saying earlier, they need help. Poor people need help. We have a lot of problems in our own community, and I respect people and I understand the passion and ambition behind people who come to this country. But to explain and lecture to me why I have to be quiet and accept it, that's never going to happen.
I know that we have more to say, but I'm going to bring in the disagreeers for time.
So I might let some of the.
Okay. Go ahead, shoot off.
Dude, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, you have a family.
Yes.
Are you going to help your family first or my family? I hope you're going to help your family, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to get them up to a high as you can level. Security, mental, physical, all the stability that you need to give them a great life. You want to protect them. You want to look out for them. You want the best for them. And then once you get that situated, then you can start helping some other people, right? But when I look around at these cities, when I look at Baltimore, everything's boarded up. It's a dump.
So
crime all over the place, right? I want a cop on every corner, right? I want to feel safe at night. I want to have a trash can on every block. Why can we not have a trash can on every block, right? Why is there litter everywhere? That's the biggest difference between the hood and the not hood, especially in these cities like Baltimore with these 100-year-old buildings. If people would just pick up their damn trash, right? I want the trash picked up. I want all of these things done. It's not my problem that these other people come from S-hole countries. And I know what the liberals say. It's because of the hegemony of the United States, and we're making Venezuela poor. Stop it. We're making Guatemala poor. Stop it. No, we're not. No, we're not. They just can't get it together. And they're going to bring all their crap here. And they litter, and they bring drugs, and they bring crime, and they get down. They're nasty.
So why did immigrants come to America in the first place? Was it because
what you talking about, the Pilgrims?
Why did
they read some Bible and then you know how those people are.
No. I think human migration is a natural thing. Let's just be honest. Humans have always migrated to the best thing. You look at probably your family history. I'm pretty sure they're not all from the area. They wanted better opportunities. They moved around, and that's that's a part of life. Like, so humanely, there's a way of handling that. Let's be honest. That's how we handle it as a civilization. Now we want to do it in an orderly way. The guy talked about taxes. The guy talked about services. Yeah, that is the benefit of having a successful country. That's how it is. And remember, we were talking about the during the debate, we were talking about what's going on at the border, and I kind of talked about legal immigration, right? Well, if you go to a country like Africa, Ghana, they give you what they call a golden passport. If you go to Italy, right now, they're offering you to buy land for $1. That's called legal immigration. That's called legal immigration. That's immigration policy. So once again, I get it. We have an illegal immigration problem because people want to come here, and we need to solve it by creating a legal immigration policy. That's really the issue.
I got a policy for you. If Italy needs people, send a ship to Guatemala, send a ship to Argentina or wherever, Venezuela, send a ship to Mexico and be like, bro, $1 and you can own some land. Italian and Spanish, it's kind of the same, and then ship them over there, right? We're in this exclusive club, my dude, right?
Yes.
Okay, right? And
how was this club built? On the back of immigrants and the back of...
I don't care how it's built. When you go to a club, when you go to a club, do you care how it's built? No, you just want to get behind. You want to get on the right side of the velvet rope. We're on the right side of the velvet rope, and I don't want a bunch of nerds coming into my club because then they're going to lower the value of the club. I don't want a bunch of fat, ugly chicks coming in because no one will want to be here. They're going to come bring their asshole country ways and put them here, and I see it in real time. It's happening, and you just act like it's not happening. I guess you're rich and very successful, and congrats to you. I don't hate on rich people. I'm glad you're in a gated community. I'm glad you have you're like Daddy Warbucks swimming. What's the Uncle Scrooge duck, whatever, swimming in your gold. You don't have to deal with these people, right? You don't have to. Congratulations to you. But people like me, poor white trash, we're stuck here with them. I don't need a taqueria on every block. I don't need a pupuseria every third block. I don't need 50 dudes taking leaks outside of my Home Depot and littering everywhere. I don't need it. I don't need them coming in and lowering my wages as a chef, as a construction worker, as a whatever. Imagine if all these dudes, I don't even know what job you do. Imagine, I guess you're a professional YouTuber. Imagine if all these illegal immigrants came to this country and took the job that you were in and lowered your wages. You would feel different. Well, they've done it to me. That's the truth. And I know how it feels. And we don't need them. I don't want to put money to people that's not my family. My family is America.
I thought it was about having a fair shake in America. Now it's about other people taking your jobs that they're qualified for.
It's not fair when all these immigrants
come and take the jobs. What do you mean it's not fair? If they're qualified for your job, shouldn't they have the opportunity?
No.
So
you want them to lower your wages?
So even a person with a green card, they shouldn't have your job. You should be first in line.
They shouldn't even be in line. Listen, if there's like some genius in India,
you're ignoring.
What's the question?
You're ignoring history. America has always imported brain power. Some of the smartest people come from out of the country, and they can come. I can bring engineers, rocket scientists, brain surgeons, people that are really going to help. Okay. I don't need the people outside of Home Depot. No thanks. Right? They're stealing jobs. I would say
jobs. You can't even go.
I would say a meat butcher in the middle of the South right now would disagree. I would say a lot of house builders would disagree. I would say a lot of industries, your food industries, would disagree with the fact that they don't need individuals who are willing to work for a lower wage for the benefit of their family. Us Americans, we've gotten bougie. We don't want those jobs. Those jobs.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I cooked this over 10 years.
That is not a lie, and you know that.
It's not, they ran them out. No one wants to go work at a damn construction site because it's full of Mexicans. Because they can't speak Spanish. Because they got to listen to that horrible ranchera music all day. No one wants to hear that shit. Piolín por la mañana. No, thank you. No, gracias. No quiero esto. It's so fun. You don't even. You don't.
Fighting for my life. Yo, killing me with this.
Look at this. Everyone up here. What are you? You're part of the overlords. Of course, corporations and big businesses want them in because it lowers wages. It doesn't affect your wage because you don't do that kind of work. I bet you would change your tune if they lowered your wage, but you only see you. You don't care about poor white trash construction workers. And that's a good job and it makes good money, honestly. But they run us out. Illegal immigrants drop wages. Supply and demand is real.
Once again, I think you're overstating a talking point that comes from a perspective of an individual that, let's just be honest, you guys are upset about life, and I'm sorry, you're using illegal immigrants as your bully pulpit for a failed American capitalistic system. Blame the corporations for not giving you a job. Blame the corporations for not giving you a livable wage. But you're gonna blame somebody, and it might as well be somebody who has a fault, which is basically their citizenship. But that's where we're gonna leave it at that. Okay, let's keep going.
The people on my side even talk about Biden's shift to the right when it comes to immigration, more deportations than the Trump administration. That's not something that I'm particularly passionate about.
Wait, what? More
Obama did deport more people than Trump, but I never looked into. That's true, but I don't know if that's, because he had 4 years versus 8 years. So I don't know what it was for the 4-year period. Obama somehow dropped more bombs and deported more people. That's just math. Then no one even argues that.
Okay. Maybe it was a good policy.
Yeah, kicking illegal immigrants out is awesome. Thanks, Obama. I voted for Obama the first time. I didn't want Sarah Palin around. No, I couldn't stand Sarah Palin. I was like, ooh, that's a no-go for me.
All right, let's keep going.
I don't really believe in removing people who are fleeing political persecution or looking for a better life for their families. What I would say to the people that are worried about vetting or worried about who necessarily is in this country is increase the pathway to citizenship. Not only should we be able to vet who these people are, we'll be able to add them and actually fully understand what they're here for, what their motivations are. And if you want to garner those voters, you got to capitulate to those voters. And I think Republicans can do that. A lot of Hispanics that come from there have conservative values. You shouldn't just write them off as people that can't drive or people that are not talented.
No, I'm not saying they're not talented. I'm just saying.
You're saying they might not even be qualified to drive a vehicle.
I mean,
like that's kind of
No, Joe, I just
wild
want
to
to
say.
Thank you, small hand guy.
What?
That guy, he basically disrespected them and said, yo, you don't know how to drive a vehicle.
They don't have licenses. They don't have insurance. Stop acting like that's not true. They drive around. They delete people. They get drunk.
Hold on, time out. You can have insurance without having citizenship. You can have insurance.
Don't get it. They don't do it.
Who says they don't get it?
I say it because I lived with them, because I know this and you don't. And it's so obvious. They drive around. They don't have a commensurate American license. They certainly don't have insurance, and they're probably illegal. They may have a fake Social Security card. It's all true. They are a danger to Americans.
Bernie,
you think I'm crazy? Oh, I'm crazy. I'm racist. I'm mad at myself. I'm an angry white man. Bro, I'm spitting facts. Why is this so funny to you? Don't you live in Texas? You're being invaded. Where do you live in Texas?
We do not have an invasion in Texas. Let's keep going.
Quick, I want to just ask you a real quick question.
Yeah.
Can you please define what immigrants who are seeking asylum means?
So I'm political persecution, like you were saying, or somebody's going to murder them or whatever it is.
Okay.
I get, like, it could be 100% true. I'm not
So
like.
are those things
let him
currently?
finish.
I'm just asking. Are
But
those
you're
things-
assuming everyone is coming here is like literally being shot at like my family was, or actually, but when you see the videos,
Okay, yeah, but what
you
about
can
your
tell-
family?
Oh, that's ironic. Everybody that's coming here is You're assuming that everybody's coming here is getting shot like my family, but not like my family. We're the exceptions to the rule. We're going to just close the door right as soon as we enter the door. Okay.
It's ironic, actually.
Ironic, yeah.
That's a joke.
Let's talk about it.
So why are we talking about the bipartisan bills where the Republicans
if we're
had a
shouting over each other,
chance to
we
do
can't.
something about
So Joe tried to answer your question. Why are you asking it?
I'm asking it because I have a lot of people in the Filipino American community who seek asylum during the Marcos regime. I have a lot of different immigrant families, probably like yours in Iran, who's looked for asylum during the controversies and the tumult in Iran.
Mm-hmm.
And Trump, in his initial presidential election, wanted to ban Muslims from coming to America.
It was not a Muslim ban. It was not a travel ban. It was a travel.
You're right. It was Muslim shithole countries, which is what he said.
Just going off what he said, are they whole countries? Is Haiti or Somalia?
Are you really going to classify?
I'm just asking.
The term third world is offensive to me, bro. Because you're talking.
He's the most offended, this guy. He's the most offended. He's so triggered. He's more triggered than me, which is a lot.
He said third world is offensive. Oh man, this is not good. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. I'm gonna put it on half a speed. We're gonna I dropped the link in the chat if you want to join the conversation. The link is definitely in the chat of the eBlack TV channel. It's pinned to the top. If you'd like to join the conversation, let's go. I'm gonna speed this up a little because it's an hour long and we're only got 20 minutes through it.
Sorry, I talk a lot.
No. But this is let's be honest. This is the conversation that's happening across America right now. Everybody has this type of conversation. Everybody has these beliefs. Whether you have a belief on one side versus the other, this is what's going on. And I enjoy these dialogues. I really do, because you get to see what they're really meaning, what's really going on.
Oh, what happened?
Huh?
Oh, I think we got in trouble.
What happened?
Oh, God. Are we in trouble for playing it?
I'm not. I think I'm still playing.
Oh, Jesus. Did I get in trouble?
Let me see. Are we still live?
Stream suspended.
What does it say for a reason?
Policy violations.
What the hell did you do?
I don't know. I got a super chat.
Stream for policy violation.
Am I in trouble? Oh, Jesus. I'm getting in trouble now.
Well, at least you made $10. Salute to Barney.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they can even see me.
They can't.
Are they watching?
Yeah.
Are they watching?
Hold on. You're back.
I'm back?
Yeah, you're back.
Are we sure? Okay. Well, listen, I gotta hold on. Hey everybody, listen, come to eBlacks, right? I don't want to get in trouble. I already have a warning for something or another. So everybody come here and let's finish the conversation, and make sure you sub when you come into eBlacks. That's what's up. That's where we're at. Hit the link, and we're going to finish up here because I'm scared. I'm a coward. I bow down to YouTube, and that's what's up. So I want 16 people over here right now. Leave my stream, go to eBlacks. All right, this is it. I'm going to end the stream, y'all. Okay. Actually, or you can go to my Rumble if you want, but really just come to eBlacks. It'd be better.
Yeah. So
everyone come over. I'm ending the stream. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, Beak. You are the dude. I appreciate it. It's not easy dealing with these super TDS liberals, but I am doing the best I can. And that's it. So thank you so much. Come on over to eBlacks. The show is still going.
See, as liberal channels, we don't have the same issues you guys have.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Yeah, I'm discriminated against.
You gotta learn. You gotta figure this game out. You know, you gotta be on the right team. Okay. Yeah, man. So salute to everybody who's migrating over, if you have already. But yeah, man, that's interesting. I don't know what happened.
I mean, dude, you can get away with what you want. I'm a white guy. They don't like us. It's obvious.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why. You know,
it's true. It's true. Look at me. Oh my God, I said something good about Trump. Oh no, take him off the air. But let the black guy talk. Let black talk. Plus, he's got the right talk.
Yeah,
he has his mind right. Black's mind is right. Better get rid of Barney. Okay, let's go. What's up, Jonathan Earl? Thanks for coming over. Thanks for posting the stats too.
Yes,
all these uninsured drivers. And Beak, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. I don't know, Beak, are you checking in the E-Blacks or not? Did Beak make it over? I hope so.
I don't know, but we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. And once again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat.
Hit the link now, Blue Jay. Hit it.
Yeah. We're having a good dialogue. This is, like I said, I want, hopefully every Friday leading up to the election, we want to have these type of conversations, because I really don't think we're so far off. I agree with a lot of what you say. I really agree with a lot of what you say. You know, I used to work for day labor, and I had the same talking points. Man, there's a lot of things that I agree, but then I realized what really my issue was. Was it out of frustration? Was I pointing it at the wrong people? And as you learn and you read, you understand what's really going on. And that's how I formulated my political opinion. So,
why do we want immigrants? For what? What are they going to do that's good?
Immigrants have been the backbone of American history. I don't understand why you would say that.
Do we not have a backbone? You know, America used to exist before we had all these immigrants, right?
Yeah.
Like roads were built, homes were made. People used to clean toilets and cook and build homes.
Yeah.
We did it then. Make America great again, like we used to. Come on.
Yes, make America great again by using great policies. We've been running the same old policy, and it doesn't work. Labor, my dude.
Dude, we need to learn.
Beak is here. Hold on. Beak is here. Salute to Beak.
Salute to Beak. Absolutely. Always. Listen, we need to learn what the Indians learned when Columbus came over. Okay? The American Indians, indigenous, or whatever you want to call them, they had the worst immigration policy that has ever existed on the planet, right?
Yeah.
The indigenous people got overrun with the white man. And what did we do? We brought drugs. We brought crime. We were rapists. We destroyed their way of life, right? We destroyed it. We said, you know what? You can't live in a teepee no more. We're putting up barbed wire. We're going to eat all your tatankas, right?
Yeah.
And you got to go to school and speak English. Just destroyed their culture, right? Let's learn from their mistake. Let's not let all of these whatever come over here and destroy our culture. Let's not let it happen.
That's the thing. When you say our culture,
yes.
Is it really our culture, or is it a melting pot of many cultures? Cinco de Mayo is not our culture. Hell, shit. It's freaking Christmas is barely our culture. That's like European culture. I mean, most of the things that we get, the hamburger didn't get created here. The hot dog, do you eat a wiener schnitzel? Like half of the stuff, America has always been an import country. Always.
You're going to act like nothing came organically from America. Sir, are you insane? First off, basketball was invented in America. Okay.
Rap.
Okay. Music
Hip-hop.
was invented in America.
Yeah,
Hip hop,
music
sure,
was not
fine.
invented in America. God,
American music was invented in America.
Of course,
Fine. You know what I
America.
was trying to say. You know what I was trying to say. Demolition derbies, monster trucks, the Model T Ford, the Industrial Revolution. Bro, it goes on and on. What are you talking about? Coney Island. Come on. You talk about America doesn't have culture. What have you been smoking?
I didn't say America didn't have culture. I just said that most of America is built on a melting pot of imported culture. So let's continue. We gotta get out of here. So
all right, we're ending at I'm leaving at 11. Should we do that?
What time is that?
9 minutes.
Huh?
9 minutes.
That's fine with me. All right. If you're gonna join, hit the link now because Barney has to join it, go to the clan meeting, and he was late last 2 weeks. And
I'm doing some undercover surveillance on the blacks, and I got some good stuff I want to report.
Let's go.
Yes, you're talking about a subhuman. You're
No,
talking
it's
about
not that
people
it's a
who aren't as
subhuman.
developed as we are, so they're the third
The
world.
countries
Give me a break. Some of these
economically,
people have given you some of the
it's an
biggest
economic-
scientific
Eric,
innovations in the world.
So if you're stoning women after they've been raped,
In the
Well, let
Bible,
me-
bro,
let-
not
no,
now.
no, no,
I'm from
just-
Iran, and it
No,
happens
they do it
I
now.
wanna
They do it
put
now.
the
I've
one-
seen the videos. They do it now. I've seen the videos. It's still happening. It's gross that I've seen that, but I have. I'll send you the link if you want to see it. It's still.
No, please don't
happens
put that on my
today.
hard drive. Please.
No,
Don't.
okay, I won't. But it's happening now.
Hold on 1 second. Greetings, caller.
If I'm not on the camera, then if you guys are ending and just talk for a minute.
Okay,
Blue
that's
Jay?
fine.
Let me put
That's
on
Blue
my
Jay.
at least my
Yeah,
headphones.
let her
though.
up. She's cool. She's cool. Let her up.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I might be able to switch over while we talk, but I just wanted to. Okay, sorry. I'm just gonna make sure it's on my iPad or my headphones. So give me 1 sec.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's gonna simp for the immigrants, E Black. So I guess I.
Oh yes. We look.
She needs all these immigrants for some reason. Aren't you in Utah?
Yeah, I
Blue Jay?
am. Yeah.
Are there
can you hear
immigrants
me?
out there?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can
yeah,
hear
we have
you.
a lot. We always have had a lot, and we're kind of like close to the south, or Nevada, Arizona, all that. So, they've always kind of come up. But like the city I grew up in was like, it wasn't at the time. I think it was probably like a third at least, though, of Hispanic people. Now it's like over 50%.
So
I'm
do
kinda-
we need? Do we
What,
need?
did you just say? Hold on. Did you just say it's 50% Hispanic now?
Yeah, over 50.
Oh my God, that's it. We lost.
I mean, I don't
lost.
live in that city anymore, but yeah, we have a lot of Polynesian. Anyways, we have a lot of immigrants here. Yeah. So why do I?
Do we need immigrants? Because Barney's saying that we don't need immigrants.
So I think that it should go in waves, and I think now is the time that we do need them. I don't think it should be a steady flow from now to eternity, but I think right now, because we need to become more independent as far as like providing our own food, providing our own goods, because they can be leveraged against us and we can be weakened if we, relying on people that refuse and then we're compromised. So that for me is why I guess it's in a way like kind of a selfish, like economical reason. But of course I, would love people to come and like be able to prosper. And I don't feel like the majority of people have bad intent or, are causing problems.
Well, there you go, E Black. You and Blue Jay. Maybe you can find a good taqueria in Utah. You can eat some nopales, and you can
Well-
viva la raza because they're just, it's just the way it is. I guess I just need to accept defeat, and Mexico is just gonna how's that gonna work when everyone in America is Mexican?
Wow.
The majority of immigrants are even coming from South America. They're coming through South America.
Yeah. Are you worried? Are you worried about the? And this is a real question. Are you worried about the darkening of America? Or are you more worried about the loss of culture of America? Because
For
let's
me?
be honest, let's be real about it. these individuals from south of the border, they're coming across and they are still Republican. They're becoming more conservative. I think
Listen.
from a political standpoint, I still see that there is a benefit to it.
When I see a bunch of poor people coming over, what they're poor. Why else would they come here? What should I call them? Is that wrong? Am I lying?
No, you're not lying. No.
Okay. When I see a bunch of poor people, again, coming over here, lowering our wages, littering everywhere, and taking leaks on all the trees out in front of Home Depot, among all the other stuff they do, right? Is that going to make America better? No, it's going to pull America down to their level, right? It's going to make it worse. It's going to make it. Yes.
You're making the
I like the
assumption-
culture because I have all these tacos. It's so great.
You're making the assumption that these people had really direct influence on the development of their country. A lot of these people are coming from countries where they're even out of their own political process. Their political process is corrupt. They're stuffing ballots.
That's not my problem.
But you're acting as if these people do not have the thrive and the ability to be just as like us.
But they're not us. They are not like us. It's a song. They're not like us. They're not like us. It's a song. Sing the song. They're not like us because they're not. Because if they were good, if the country that they came from was awesome, I'd be going south of the border. But I'm not.
Okay, but you're thinking of in a small kind of a suppressed way, because have you ever thought that actually opens up people's opportunity to start their own business and to hire people? There's more people to hire, so therefore there's new businesses created and new opportunity to be an entrepreneur or startup.
I'm not trying to hire a bunch of these dudes. No thanks.
You're not.
Plenty of Americans in here.
No, it's not even that.
I'm not.
Barney, let me talk for a second. We only got like 6 minutes, I think, or less. But it goes with the chain. You don't have to be in the construction or the landscaping or the food business. You could be, say you were like, for instance, what I am, interior designer. Okay, they're building all these new buildings. Oh, look, there's more people that need interior design. Or if you're a real estate agent, if you sell furniture, if you do anything else, you don't have to be hands-on the job site.
I don't know what you're saying. You haven't changed my mind. I do appreciate you trying to, but
okay.
I don't have any desire to change your mind. I'm just giving it opinions that maybe some people haven't thought of.
Real quick, everybody. I am 22 subscribers from 3,000. If you got a fake account, troll account, white account, black account, use it right now. I'd gladly appreciate it. Let's keep going.
Well, can I just I'll make one point and then I'll drop down since I know you're. But one thing that really wanted me to come up is because I was thinking about what was I'm trying to summarize. Actually, go ahead and let me just kind of think of a way to say it plainly, because I had so many thoughts. But
okay,
all right. So
listen. At 22 it's not enough for me to break out my troll accounts. E-Black.
Yeah.
When you're like 10 away, let me know when the 10 countdown is. I'll make up a few accounts. Okay. I'll get you to, I'll push you over to 3. You know what? Listen, let's get some immigrants to come in and start some YouTube channels and push you over the top. Why don't you hire some of them Indians on those farms and you can buy some subs? Go for it. That's what we need immigrants for, to get my YouTube numbers up. If these immigrants started watching my channel, maybe I'd want them in, right? But they're not watching my channel, so that's what's up.
Okay.
Go ahead, Blue
Maybe
Jay.
you should do an English speaking course. So what I was going to say, I just, for the safety and security of the country, which is really the only thing that matters, because without that, we don't have any of our freedoms. We don't have any money anyway. So for me, being able to be self-sufficient, I think is really important. And it has nothing to do with immigration values from an ethical standpoint or anything. It's actually, for me, it's kind of more like a defense and a protection, because that's the main way that people can't win wars, is because the people aren't getting food. And if you look at Germany, how much of their oil they have to get from Saudi Arabia or whoever, I don't know, but when we have to rely on our basic needs, and our enemy can just provide funding or bribes to the country that's helping us to stop helping us or whatever, or we do something to piss them off, who knows, then we are crippled. And to me, that's scary. So I'd rather have more people that can do the base level jobs and then have more farming, which I know they've created a lot of farmland recently, which is one of my theories why they brought migrants in, because it's like they have a plan, you know. And so anyway, that I would say, if nothing else, if people at least consider that aspect, because none of us are trying to go be farmer, you know, picking out apples and corn and all that stuff. Nobody.
You're not doing it because it doesn't pay well. If they
No,
weren't
we're not
here,
doing it. No,
if
no,
they
we're not
weren't
doing it
here,
because we
it
don't
would
want to
pay
do
better.
it.
If
We
it paid
don't
$100 an hour, you would want to do it. But because they're here, it doesn't pay well. Facts.
They can't sell it for
Facts.
enough money to. But you're wanting inflation to go up worse.
Listen, we're just accustomed to this, right? Because they've been here since we've been around. But I say we get them out of here, right? Let's get the wages go up. Yes, things will go up, but we'll make more money. Come on, let's do
What
it.
if you
Who's
start
with me?
selling? What if you start selling scales for them to weigh the produce, Barney, and you start selling mass quantities of scales all around the country, and you're a millionaire now? That you're benefiting. You don't have to be the one on the field.
Listen, if I was some big CEO pulling in a couple $1 million, I'd be like, it's great. Me gusta los mexicanos. Necesitamos más inmigrantes. Me gusta tacos. Me gusta la taqueria. I would be saying that, but I'm not, right? So this is who I am. What am I going to do? Fight for someone else? No, I got to fight for myself. And they are taking from me. What were you going to say, Eli?
I was just going to say, I think that's about it.
Okay.
I think we've kind of bastardized this point, but Blue, next Friday I would love to have your more of your input. This is, like I said, I want to make this a round table. I want to make this to a point when we get to the election, we're having conversation, because I'll be honest with you, everybody who I know and have a conversation, it sounds like this. We're having this conversation and we learn a little bit new, learn a little bit here. And I think that's really good for us to have like great discussion. Even if we don't necessarily agree or if we don't change each other's mind, at least let's try to attempt to have the conversation. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah, I would love to. I appreciate that invite. I'll definitely take you up on that.
Okay. And then I'll see if I can get Bernie in a better mood, because he needs a Snicker bar.
I'm in a great mood. What are you talking about? I'm in a great mood.
I owe Barney because he actually started off my very first live show, like 6 months ago, Barney, and he didn't even know he was on the camera. Then he like took over for me, so it was awesome. I was like no clue what I was doing, but yeah, I love Barney. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Feelings mutual. But listen, I'm having a great time. I actually found someone that will listen to me rant. So thank you, E Black. You're like the only one, and Blue Jay, appreciate it. Everyone usually just runs when I start my rants or just calls me something nasty.
Look, when you've been in a relationship as long as I have, I've learned to tune out ranting and raving. Like it just sounds like womp 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 hate immigrant womp 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 Trump womp womp MAGA womp 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 womp. So I could follow along, you know.
Yeah, the first few times I heard Barney doing that in like CT show, I had never seen it. I was like, he's so like annoying and mad, but then I realized he's not. It's just like a rarity. So I was like, okay, I actually like him.
Yeah, yeah.
So there it is. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was about to say, go ahead, say your last pleasantries. Blue Jay, thank you for joining us. We're gonna get up out of here. Okay.
Okay. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, Mr. Black. I had a great time. Thank you for inviting me. I hope I didn't get in too much trouble with YouTube. Only time will tell. I guess that's that white privilege working for me that they've always told me about. I get banned and you don't. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Same exact show. Yeah. So I think that's scientific proof of something going on there. Of what, I am not sure. I had a great time. Call me back anytime, my dude. You know how to get in contact with me. I had a great time. And beware of the fake woke Trump 2024. Peace. I'm out.
All right,
See ya.
yeah.